Okay, I think I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Hey, it's Vicki with My Paper Connection, and thank you for joining me tonight. I wanted to start out just reading something that I had read in my devotion from Bob Goff the other day. And it said, "We won't be remembered for what we said, but for how available we were." And it says that most of us undervalue the impact our words and our availability can have on the people around us. We don't get to decide how tall or short or rich or talented we are. He said, "I'm never the smartest guy in the room, but I learned a long time ago that I can be the most available one." And so that is one of the things that I want to encourage you guys with. In this day and age that we're living in, it is crazy times. But let yourself be available to others. Even quarantined, you can do that. Even quarantined, you can let people know that you see them, that you hear them, and that you're there for them. I encourage you to write notes, to send cards, to if you don't have any, if you're new and to stamping and you don't have any cards made, then get a piece of notebook paper out like we did in the old days and write a letter to somebody. But send something to somebody to let them know that they're seen and they're heard and that you're available to them. I just think it would be a great idea to, in these days that we're living in right now, to let others know that you care. Okay? And speaking of that, I'm going to show you my Happy Mail that I got this week. This cute little card I got from Ashley Otto. Isn't it? He's got googly eyes. Can you see him? Googly eyes. So, so cute. And then I got this beautiful card from Sandra Hernandez. And this really sweet, sweet card from my dear friend Judy Heffron. And this one from my lovely friend Paula Grote. I love Happy Mail. So, all right, so you guys want to get started playing a little bit? Before I do, I want to show you what I've been up to. So, I don't know if you saw yesterday's video or not. This is the one that I made, and this is the paper that comes from the Ornate Gardens suite, and you can see the gold frame that I made for it. Well, this is the very first one that I made using that suite, and I fell in love with this thing. So the ones that are coming for Saturday is my fun fold. This is the first one that I made. Sorry, I cannot seem to figure out where to put it tonight. This is the first one I made. So fun. You can see it's how it opens up like this. And then I made a second one on camera. This is my video for Saturday, and I think I like the purple one better. It really pulls in the purples of these violets like that. Okay, so the one I'm gonna make two of them tonight. This one and this one. I did this one today and love it. So fun. Anyway, so if you comment on the videos tonight, I will be sending, I'll be doing a drawing, and whoever I draw will actually get a stamp set. How fun. All right, so let me show you these papers from the Ornate Gardens. These papers are so pretty. I love them. Absolutely love them. Let me turn that light away. It might be making it too light. This is the one side of them, and then when you flip them over, this is the other side. Do you guys have the papers yet? I am loving them. They're such rich colors, and I don't know if you've noticed or not, this is the new color, and I have a sneak feeling it's going to be one of the new in colors. It's called Bumblebee. So pretty, which is pretty appropriate since we've had Bumblebee paper and we've had a Bumblebee stamp set. These are the new embellishments. They're called the Gilded Gems that are a part of that suite. Here are two of the ribbons that are part of that suite. I think this is terracotta tile, and then this is old olive. I've only used the terracotta tile so far. Nope, sorry, the old olive so far. And then there is an embossing folder. What did I do with it? Here it is, right here. It's so pretty. It makes the paper just so delicate. And then here are the stamp sets. And I'll show you the dies that are with it. I've used these dies actually quite a bit. I should have cleaned that one out, but they make really pretty lacy borders. Really cool. And I'll show you some of the papers that I cut out before. Just wanted you to see. Look at that design. It's not a border or anything. It's just something that you can cut in the paper itself. Here's another one of those. Then here's a frame. Aren't they pretty? Love them. And you can actually fit some of your stitch rectangles to fit inside of those. So I played with it. I've not done that before, where I've actually just cut cardstock out and played with it just so I could see what it looked like, but they were so pretty I just had to. Okay. All right, so, and then you've got all of the stamps that are sentiments in here. And then you've got the second one called Ornate Style. And here are some of the things that it cuts out. I don't know if I did all of them or not, but isn't that cool? It does a border. It's so cool. I love it. I haven't made a card using this yet. I did make one using this, and I've used the flowers, but I haven't really made one with those other borders yet. So that will be fun. Now this card, this is the one that I just did a card on, the Fun Fold, and I ended up using my Stamparatus with it because I didn't buy the largest block. I wasn't sure that I would use it, to be honest with you, and it's a little bulky for my hands, so I use my Stamparatus with it instead, and I find it better to use that because with this being such a large stamp, sometimes it doesn't want to stamp all the way, so you can just go back over it and then do it again. So anyway, all right, that's not all the stamps because I have a couple of them already plated up. The other thing I want to show you before I start on my card for tonight is this scrappy technique. Bruno Bartucci did a video on it, and I didn't do a video, but I did a blog on it. Look at those scraps. Are those just not gorgeous? I love them. And then today I did these two, and this is from The Best Dressed. I think this one's my favorite one. I love the colors in that. So pretty. And one of the other things I wanted to show you about it is, look how easy, I mean, these two have a die cut, but these right here are just all punches. These are the new punches that are the Label Me Lovely and the Label Me Fancy. And I found that this one is the Pretty label, I think it is. It fits right up under it, and then there's another label, and I can't remember the name of it, that fits right up under this one. So it coordinates with some of the other labels that we have. These two right here are from the Posy, Painted Posy. And then this one is from the Stitched So Lovely, these two right here. And then this largest circle was just one of the largest ones that I did a die cut with. But I just wanted to share that with you. That has been like my new obsession, and I am enjoying it so much. Okay, now, I promise I'm getting to the project right now. Okay, and I'm actually going to do a little die cutting. I'm going to try to make this quick so I don't keep you guys on here forever, but this is the card I'm going to do first, right here. And I'll just share a little personal something with you. I got married in 1977. Unfortunately, it didn't last. Yeah, I say unfortunately because it was a hard thing to go through, and I wouldn't advise anybody to ever have to go through a divorce. But I'm in a great situation now, so I don't really want to go into all that. But my point was, my first wedding was daisies, and I still have really sweet memories about that, about my friends that were in the wedding and preparing for it, and the yellow daisies. All my flowers were fresh daisies, and the dresses were in yellow, and it was just so fun. Okay, that was probably more personal information than you wanted to know, but okay, I'm going to show you how I'm going to dress this one down a little bit. This one I went all out with. I used the frame with the border, and then I used the Stitch So Lovely here. And then this is ribbon across here, and then I use the subtle. So this one I would call an avid card. So what I'm going to do now is just to bring in, it's not really a simple card in that I'm using the blender pens, but if it were not for the blender pens, it would be. So I'm just going to do this cute little daisy right up in here. If I were just doing the daisy and I was not coloring it, maybe if I did it in a green or something like that, then it could be considered a simple card, but this is technically going to be an casual. Now, I like to use Daffodil Delight and Mango Melody for this card. And the reason why I like to do that is because if you'll notice in here, you've got lighter colors in here, and then there's a really rich center area right in here. And that's how I created that, was by going with the different colors. So let's see if I can do this and talk, or I don't know. I may not be able to very well. I always speed through this process on my video so you don't have to listen to me or watch it. I'll just try to do it quickly. Is everybody having a good week? Are you all going stir crazy yet from being quarantined, sequestered, or whatever it is? Okay, this is the Daffodil Delight, and I'm just going back in with the darker colors, just on those little marks that the stamp provides. I'm not going crazy yet, being at home by myself, but I am pretty much an introverted type person anyway. I mean, I think I'm what they call an ambivert, because I can do well in social settings and I enjoy being around people, but it drains me. And so even as much as I enjoy it, it drains me. And so to recharge, I have to be by myself. The other thing is I'm an only child, and so I grew up being by myself a lot and learning to entertain myself pretty well. And so it doesn't bother me to be alone. I know a lot of extroverted people are really struggling right now. I don't think that was quite as dark as I wanted it to be, so I'm going to go in with the darker Mango Melody right there in the middle. Yeah, I have some, my daughter, for example, she's not really introverted at all. I mean, she's getting more to where she likes time by herself, but she likes time with people a lot, and she's been struggling a little bit, especially having the kids home, because my grandson is a little on the extroverted side too, and he is struggling not having people to play with and things to do. He just wants to play PS4 all the time, and that's not flying at their house. Okay, this is the soft suede, and I just did the same thing. I went in with the light color, went in the little dots. I just put the dots with the darker color, and then went back with the light. Paula, I love the Ornate Garden Suite too. Thank you, Jan. I love the scrappy strips. It's so fun. I didn't do a video because Sandra did one, but I don't know if she did it for everybody or if it was just for Tribe Tales. And I did the blog, and I showed pictures of exactly how to do it. So I figured that was probably enough, but I can't get enough of it. I went through and I was just thinking today, oh, I think it would be really pretty with the Best Dressed. And so I cut up my scraps for that. Oh, that mint macaron. So, so pretty. I'm so glad you guys joined me tonight. Look at that. I got ink down there. I may have to just trim that off. I think that's what I'll do. I'll just trim it off a little shorter. See, we all make mistakes. Do you guys have the mini trimmer? I have a feeling that once celebration is over, and because right now the only way you can get it is to get a starter kit. But I think once that's over, they'll probably have it in the annual catalog. At least I hope they do. I love this little trimmer. It's been very good. Oh, the other thing I wanted to do was, hold on a second, let me get a strip of paper. Okay, I want to, I'm going to stamp the word friend in here, just on my little scrap. And is that what I did with that? No, that is not what I did. Okay, I know what I did. Hold on. I'm having to regroup. I'm having to think while I'm going along. I know exactly what I did. Okay. I took a piece of a Post-it note tore it off and I put it over the my part like that. Then I inked it up like this. Then I took the Post-it note off like that, and all I had inked up was my. So then I'm just going to stamp it like that. It's so close that you really can't cut it straight. Isn't that cool? That's a fun technique. I don't know if you guys have ever tried that or not, but that's fun. Okay, let me get my scissors. I don't know where my Stampin' Up! Scissors are. Okay. I love my Stampin' Up! Scissors. They're so much sharper than all the other ones. Just trim that off like that. A little bit more on this side. So now I glue it all together. I took my glue looks naked. I took the label off of it because it was so sticky and it looked dirty. But now my glue looks kind of naked. Do you guys ever, you have your glue end up looking so nappy looking because it's just sticky and dark and all that? Ugh, it's so gross. Okay. I'm showing you how to do the simple version of this card. I must have had ink on my hands. Okay, so the next thing I did, and I usually try to create my card front and put it all together before I put it on my card base. This piece I think is maybe I think it's 2 by 4. 2 inches by 4 inches, something like that. So I did that. Now this card I used ribbon, but this one I'm just going to use a piece of, just a strip of the old olive paper across it. And this I believe is a 1/2 inch. I wasn't going to go all the way to the side because I know it's too long. So I'll just put it like that. And then I'll go on the back side like this and then just trim that off like that. So I'm showing you, if you don't have ribbon, if you don't have an embossing machine, that sort of things, the things that you can do, because it's just starting out, not everybody is able to get all the pretty things. And this is just a way that you can have pretty cards without having to spend the extra money to start out if you don't have it. What did I do with my embellishments now? I came through here like a crazy woman, and now I can't find my embellishments. Here they are. I'm glad you can't see my whole desk, because mercy, it is a mess. A hot mess. Okay. Christy says put some washi tape on the bottom. I still have a little bit of a spot right there, so I can fix that though. I'll just put that right there and cover it right up. Then I'm going to go ahead and put this on the front of my card base. Hey Christy, I'm glad you're here. And there we go. And the only thing left, like I said, it's not really a simple card because I probably wouldn't be putting embellishments and all of that kind of thing on it if it were. But I wish I knew where my other scissors are. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little embellishment right in here. And then that makes a really simple card. Super easy, super simple. Now to ratchet up a little bit, I would run this. I don't think I'm going to take the time to do it actually because I don't want you guys to be on here an hour and I want to make the other card. But to ratchet this up, if you have a die cutting machine, run this through the die machine, run this through the subtles folder. And really you could do any of these things or none of those things. This is still a very pretty card. And it was a lot easier to make and it didn't cost as much to make because I didn't have to use the embossing folder. You know, I'm saying if I didn't have all of those things, if I didn't have access to that sort of thing. So that can give you an idea how you can go simple and yet really lovely Okay, so this is the other card I was going to show you, and we're going to do that with just punches and paper. So this is terracotta tile, very pretty color, very, very pretty color. I have to tell you, when I found out that they were doing away with lemon lime twist and some of those really pretty colors that we had before in the in colors, I was really sad. I loved lemon lime twist. It was one of my favorites. And wasn't quite sure how I was going to get over that. I know that sounds really silly, but anyway, I love terracotta tile and seaside spray and purple posy, and I'm loving Bumblebee. So I think it's going to be all right when the new ones come out at the new catalog. Okay, so my white card, my Whisper White, is 4 by 5 1/4. This piece, I believe, is 2 1/4. Hold on, I can tell you. It is not centimeters. 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. And then this one is whatever it takes to finish that out. Okay, I will tell you, it is 2 1/4. So it has to equal 5 inches basically. And I could have used this side too. It just felt like it might be a little bit busy if I did that one. So we'll just throw this one on here on the bottom. And again, you can fancy it up by putting a ribbon across here. This ribbon right here would be beautiful across that. Very pretty. But I'm not doing that tonight. I'm just going to show you how to do simple. Fairly simple anyway. So this is terracotta tile, and it is 3/4 of an inch by 3 3/4 of an inch. Then I am bringing in this little piece, which is maybe it's a little over half. And I'm bringing in Thanks. And I'm just going to put it right in here. It might be a little crooked, but it'll be okay. And then I'm going to do the whole thing of my friend. I'm doing Thanks, my friend. Like that. And I'm probably going to bring the little trimmer out again because it's a little wider. This is 3/4, and I don't want it to be quite that wide. So I'm going to trim it a little bit on this side. Let's see, I'm going to want it to be 3 1/2. So I'm going to trim some on this side. And then I'm going to bring it over here like this. That's not going to be 3 1/2. Well, I can tell you what that one's going to be. It is 3 1/2, yeah. So I guess I do have to do it this way. I didn't do my, I didn't put the friend up close enough to it. That's all right. I know I do want to cut off some of this from the top. This trimmer, y'all. I love it. Love it. Okay. There's no way I could have done that with my scissors or even with my other trimmer. It was just too difficult. All right, so this one I'm going to pop up with dimensionals. So I'm going to put, I think, 3 on it, like that, and just lay it across the top right here. And try to make sure that it's even. It's got equal margins, not quite. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, and the next thing I'm going to do is to get my, here it is, my daisy punch, and I'm going to punch out 2 of them. And this is the smallest of the daisies. And then I'm going to take my leaf punch, excuse me, and cut out 2 of the leaves in Old Olive. And I'm going to use my mini glue dots. I love mini glue dots. Have you guys heard that commercial with, it's an old commercial now where what's her name? Oprah Winfrey, where she says, I love bread. I love bread. And she goes on and on and on about bread. It's a Weight Watchers commercial. It's pretty funny, actually. Okay, and then I'm going to take these cute little fuzzy centers. These things are so cute. I think they're actually for, are they for the perennial essence? I think they're sold with the perennial essence, but I think they're perfect with the daisies. Talking about getting bored and being like stir crazy, I saw a meme today where somebody said they've been inside so long now that now they know why dogs run out the door as soon as you open it. People have not failed to give really good memes during this time. It's pretty funny. Okay, so for my leaves, I'm just taking my leaves and just kind of squishing them together. You could do that over your paper piercing mat, you know, but it's just as easy, in my opinion, to do it with your fingers. Now, with this one, I just use glue, but since I'm doing it in front of people and trying to make it happen quickly, I'm going to go ahead and use a glue dot and put that on the back, right in there. Stick it up under here, just to decorate it a bit. And get another one, roll it a little bit, stick it on the stem, and just stick it right up under there. Then all I have to do is to glue it onto the front of my terracotta tile. And as Frenchie says, et voila, you got a card. Isn't that pretty? It's so easy to do, it really, and I think that daisy punch is perfect with it. It's absolutely perfect. And there's, I mean, you can do whatever you want to on the inside. So, any questions? Any questions about how I did any of the other things? Here's what I did so far with the Ornate Gardens. And I would highly recommend it. It is so, so fun. So, so fun. There you go. There's minimal effort in putting these together. This one I used a die cutting machine for my embossing, for my flowers, and for this. But as you can see tonight, I made a pretty card. I made a couple. Here's the other ones that I made. This paper and the stamp set, you really don't have to do too much for it to end up being a really pretty card, even if you don't have punches, even if you don't have a die cutting machine or whatever. So anyway, let me know if you guys are interested in, or if anybody on here is interested in getting any of the Ornate Gardens, or if you have any questions about any of it, I'm happy to answer them. And so next week, I'm trying to think what I'm featuring. Oh, Timeless Tropical. We're going to go Hawaiian style. We're going to luau, have a luau next week. How fun does that sound? So that'll be fun. That's what I'm featuring next week. And the week after that is the braided, beautifully braided. I got the punch and the stamp set with it to have the ginkgo leaves, and it's so pretty. So that's about it. Thanks, y'all. I appreciate you hanging out with me, and I'll see you next week. Bye.